All right, Christian, with everybody bunkered down at home right now, I'm getting a lot of great messages from people saying, they've never seen Godfather before, and now they're watching Godfather. They've never seen a Fistful of Dollars, and now they're getting caught up on a lot of classics. But this is a good time for people to get caught up on maybe some of those underappreciated gems that are out there that maybe didn't get enough love when it was in theaters. What movies would you recommend to people to check out since they're stuck at home right now anyway?
Well, I got two of them for you, John, and I think that two of these movies, I think that they both got a lot of critical recognition for sure, and I know that at least one of them is beloved for those who have seen it, but I still think not enough people have seen either one of them. And the first one I'm going to go with is Hell or High Water.
Nice.
David Mackenzie directed this one, and it's got Chris Pine, Jeff Bridges, Ben Foster. Ben Foster, I mean, it seems to be like every movie he's in, but Ben Foster is one of the standouts of the film in general. But I also think it shouldn't be taken away from how good Chris Pine is in this movie. It's a modern day Western, and Jeff Bridges is doing his best Jeff Bridges that he can do. And he's got a great scene in this particular movie that I don't want to give away, but it's something that happens more towards the end of the film, and it's some of the best acting that I've ever seen from Jeff Bridges. But the dynamic between Foster and Pine as brothers, Bridges as this cop who's playing this kind of cat and mouse thing to figure out where these guys are, these whodunit type thing. It's a really, I saw it twice in the theaters when it came out. I loved it so much, and it's a great watch.
And it was written by Taylor Sheridan, right? Like, who also wrote Wind River and Sicario, and like, he's really great. I love that dude. So I love that movie. I think that's an awesome choice for one for people who haven't seen it. All right, what would be next up on your list?
Second one, I think I definitely know that people who see this movie love this movie, but I still don't think enough people have seen it, and that's Warrior. And it is, to me, I know that a lot of like MMA people who are actually involved in the UFC maybe didn't get the endorsement that maybe I thought it should have had. But I think it's the most true to the sport that has been done so far. Because before Warrior, every MMA movie was like there was some kind of crime element. I don't know if you saw Red Belt, but David Mamet's movie where there's like crime involved inside of this thing. It's like everything, nothing treated it like a sport. This movie does. Joel Edgerton is this teacher who's kind of lost his job, and he used to be a fighter, and he goes back in, and his brother goes into MMA as well, and he's this kind of Mike Tyson figure played by Tom Hardy, and it is both centered around their past relationship with their father, played by Nick Nolte, who, as I mentioned before, with great performance by Jeff Bridges. This is a great performance by Nick Nolte, so much so he was nominated for the Oscar. There's I'll just say a Moby Dick speech that will just shake you in your boots watching it.
I love that movie. You know what? I remember at the time too, because this action movie had a lot of legit MMA figures in it at the same time, and it was the first time for me. I mean, like, Tom Hardy's name was already on a lot of people's radars, but that was the one to me. And Joel Edgerton, that was especially the one for me that made me go, whoa, like, Edgerton is so legit. And it was exciting. But you're right, despite the fact that MMA was kind of on the up and running, it just really never got the audience that it deserved, because this movie deserved a lot better than it got. I thought
it's one of those movies. Yeah, it's one of those movies that people see now and they realize how great it is. And like, oh, I wish I would have seen that in the theater. Like, we were telling you to see it in the theater, but now you get a chance to watch it at home. And it's if you've never seen it, you really should. It's a fantastic movie.
All right, so your two recommendations, Hell or High Water and Warrior, those are two great ones. Thanks for giving some people now something else to watch so they're stuck at home. But listen, while in the meantime, where can people follow you and all the stuff you got going on online right now? Because you got a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah, well, when you're done watching movies, you can watch the Movie Trivia Schmodown. You can watch 7 seasons of the Movie Trivia Schmodown. They're all on my channel, youtube.com/The Schmodown. And I also have a morning radio show that I do every day, Monday through Friday. So please come check me out.
All right, Christian, thanks a lot for doing this, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, John.